And that's a wrap of National Police Commissioner Fannie Masemola's testimony for today. He wrapped up at the Bridget Mabandla Justice College in Pretoria, obviously on his first day testifying at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. He's expected to continue at least into the first half of tomorrow, for most part of the morning, before he wraps up and concludes his testimony in full. Now, much of what we heard from him today, he had echoed that of his provincial commissioner in KwaZulu-Natal, Lieutenant General Madlanga Commission, explaining that the decision to disband this political killings task team was unlawful by the police minister, Senzo Mchunu, outlining that Senzo Mchunu, as the police minister, is in charge of policy and legislation when it comes to things that he can suggest, but he can't actually get involved in operational matters. So the establishment of a task team or the disbandment of a task team is not within his scope, and therefore it could be deemed unlawful for him to have issued that instruction on December 31st. I think a lot of his testimony was contradictory, and the Commission Chair, Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga, touched on that and tried to push him and probe him to expand on some of his testimony today, because he was contradicting himself, saying that while he deemed it unlawful and that he wouldn't comply with an unlawful instruction such as that to disband the political killings task team, he ended up complying with an instruction by Police Minister Senzo Mchunu to provide a progress report into the disbandment of this task team. So Mchunu issues out the instruction. Masemola deems it unlawful as it doesn't fall within his scope, but he still ends up complying by providing him with a progress report as to where they are in disbanding this task team. It's also important to note that right at the end, we were sort of on the big screen, we were brought up a number of evidence that was contained in this confidential report pertaining to that progress report that he supplied to the president as well as Senzo Mchunu, the police minister. And a couple of interesting notes that came out from that progress report, in that how many police officers were arrested in line with cases of political killings. 34 police officers had been arrested or implicated in political killings. That was part of that document that we are seeing. And the reason I bring that up is because that forms part of evidence. Now, much around the debate of this commission has been evidence. Where is the evidence, and why has the media not been able to get hold of that evidence or furnished with that evidence so we can unpack it and see whether it aligns with the testimony of the witnesses that have appeared? And we're still trying to understand from the commission side, when will the media get hold of that evidence? That's crucial to the establishment of this commission, is looking at the evidence and testing it compared to what has been said at the commission. A lot of allegations put up in the air that have to be tested, and it can only be tested in line with the evidence on the paper. For Eyewitness News, I'm Oren Singh in Pretoria.